In this episode, I'm making all-time favorite, comforting and nutritious beans and rice. It's a blessing. I made with meat chunks before. This time I'm gonna do it without meat. Going to use some stock and a pressure cooker. Also going to make a dessert. Complete it with rice, of course. So let's begin. I soaked 2.5 cups of rice here in warm water and about 2 teaspoons of salt. And this one I soaked about like 7-8 hours. It is kind of a navy bean. This is how it looks when it's dry. Let's see how big it got. Pretty big. These are the breads I made with a different flour today for the first time. It's a yellow flour. Looks nice. And here I have beef bone with ilic, I don't remember, sorry. The stuff, the things inside here. Very nutritious and makes the dish flavorful. I'm going to use it to cook my beans and I freezed rest in separate cups. Going to use it in my dishes, stews, rice and definitely soups. First I'm gonna make my dessert, Kıbrıs tatlısı. Making a simple syrup here to soak my cake. For the cake I'm whisking sugar and eggs and going to add coconut flakes, breadcrumbs, coarsely grounded walnuts, baking powder and vanilla and vegetable oil. Please check the description for the details. After the sugar and egg mixture got foamy and creamy, I added the vegetable oil and the other ingredients. Don't whisk too much after this point. We want the air inside. You can use spatula and spread it into a medium-sized oiled baking dish. I'm gonna cook it on 170 Celsius degree preheated oven for about 25 minutes or golden color on top and bottom. For the Turkish style white bean stew, I diced 1 big size onion, heat up my instant pot to saute for about 3 minutes. You can use pressure cooker or regular pan also. Going to saute my onions in olive oil. Adding tablespoon each tomato and pepper paste. If you cannot find pepper paste, use a bit more tomato paste, let's say 1.5 tablespoon. And after about a minute, I added the beans. These are uncooked, just salt. Going to saute for another minute. By the way, to prevent mold growth, make sure to cover it with some vegetable oil. A small hint, I added about 1/2 tablespoon and saute it for another 30 seconds. This will help to thicken our sauce of the white beans and also enhance the flavor. Adding my bone stock. I added a bit more hot water here to melt the fat. And for spiciness, we use this dried peppers. You just crack and put it to your dish and it's gonna do its job. Add some salt, stir, and it's ready to cook. I'm changing the settings into high and 10 minutes. After the time is done, we're gonna do one more thing. We're gonna get there in a minute. Meanwhile, I'm gonna make my all-time favorite again. Side dish, rice with orzo pasta. I always use white pan for making rice, so it have enough space. I heated up butter and olive oil mixture and sauteed the orzo pasta and added my soaked rice set in salty water, and after that I washed and drained. Saute for a couple of minutes. Add salt, and this time use the bone stock. For 2 cups of rice, I add 3 cups of water or stock if using. Close the lid and simmer until it soaks all the water. My bean is cooked, but I'm not gonna touch it. The pressure wait to release by itself for about another 10 minutes, and it will continue to cook this way. So I checked again, and now let's take a look. Looks perfectly done and smells delicious. After my rice absorbed all the water and soaked, I turned off the heat, waited for 10 minutes before gently folding from bottom to top, and again wait for another at least 10 minutes to get fluffy. Meanwhile, my cake is done. I'm pouring the syrup all over. The beauty of this dessert is the coconut flakes and the breadcrumbs we use instead of flour. It really makes a difference in taste. Finally, I'm gonna make my pudding topping for the dessert. It has sugar, starch and milk. Very simple. Just heat it up and cook on medium until it thickens. I had some problems on thickening. I do have it from time to time. Maybe because of the type of the starch, it can change on the market sometimes. It didn't thicken well. And worse than that, after I add my chantilly powder and whisked, normally it should have thickened more and get airy, creamy, but it didn't. But I had a solution for it. I'm gonna show you in a moment, and will also tell you why it happened and how you can prevent it. It is really good with bread too. So soft and flavorful. It's a blessing. So my friends, this is it. My meal is ready. Unfortunately, my pudding didn't set because of the creme chantilly powder. The reaction of it, I don't know. Please, if you have any idea, just you can write down. Probably it could have been better if after the cream chilled completely to add the chantilly powder. So to save the pudding, what I did was I add some of it to a small saucepan, added 3 tablespoons full of semolina and cooked it. We use it to make pudding or fill some baklava recipes. So after it got thickened, I poured the rest of the pudding, put them together to thicken again. Normally with the same recipe it shouldn't happen. If that happens, you can use more starch in it or mix it with starch and flour, and also you can use heavy cream instead of cream chantilly. And now it's warm again. After it's cooled down, I'm gonna pour it and then show you in detail how it looks. And that's it. Everything smells delicious. Don't forget to share your thumbs up, likes and comments, and share my videos if you think it's valuable. It's gonna be helpful to reach other people. Thanks for watching. Ramadan Mübarek again. Stay tuned and see you next time. Afiyet olsun.